Now, to further clarify and give us more details on the government's rollout plans, Dr. Eric Tayag of DOH joins us tonight. Dr. Tayag is the point person on the vaccination priority list. Good evening, Dr. Tayag.
Roby, good evening. Just a clarification. The priority list was according to the recommendations of the NITAG. That's the National Immunization Technical Advisory Group. And they're responsible for giving these recommendations. And the priorities include all healthcare workers, senior citizens, persons with comorbid conditions, indigents or the poor people, and uniformed personnel. This is the Group A
Okay.
for the EUA vaccines.
Okay, so
Yes,
malinaw po.
Bobby.
Let's go straight to one of the sectors that you mentioned there at the very top, medical frontliners in line. But given what FDA said and what they're citing as numbers from Brazil, if I'm not mistaken, that the efficacy rate for frontliners in particularly for Sinovac is only at 50%. They were not recommending this for medical frontliners. Who exactly do we expect to be the first to take the Sinovac shots?
Okay, we want to clarify the Brazil results. The 50.4 efficacy is for the overall efficacy, and that includes very mild infections. But if you look closely at the results in the Brazil clinical trials for Sinovac Rovi, it's 100% against severe and including moderate disease. That means it is very acceptable at this point because we want to protect hospitalizations among those who will get a vaccine, and they'll be protected against moderate or severe disease. Now, the clinical trials for older persons, only the results appeared for phase 1, phase 2. FDA indicated in their announcement that maybe they wanted results that will come out of the phase 3 clinical trial rather than the phase 1 and phase 2. But many countries have given the vaccines even to healthcare workers despite this, and that older persons were also given the vaccines. So there is currently a huddle, and that the NITAG will immediately provide these announcements, maybe together with the FDA again, so that they will clarify the announcements previously made by the FDA.
Okay, now, Dr. Tayag, obviously, we always call on you. People look to you, particularly when we're trying to campaign, we're trying to encourage people to enroll in particular programs and to do the right thing. But this comes against a backdrop of very low confidence among Filipinos. There's a lot of hesitation, particularly when it comes to Chinese vaccines. Now, we're 3 days away from the vaccines arriving. If we follow the best case scenario, according to Malacanang, we're 4 days away from rolling it out, and we're still talking about the hesitation and some confusion even in the public health sector. We heard Dr. Gap Legaspi even qualifying that when we did the survey on confidence of our doctors and our frontliners, that was in the context of Pfizer and AstraZeneca. So we're perceiving there a lot of people still trying to qualify on who should go first. Pag nakita ng mga tao na nagtutulakan and may hesitation pa, what is your concern about our need to raise the confidence level of Filipinos?
Well, the actual concern is we get enough vaccine supplies, whether or not it's donated, whether or not it's something we procured, whether or not it's from China, whether or not it's from Pfizer or Astra. That's the first prerogative. And the second prerogative is that we'll be able to manage the vaccine deployment for many Filipinos. And we have already made it clear that not everyone gets the vaccine. There will be among us who will get the vaccines ahead of the others. And so we have to wait in line if we are not among the priorities. And so what's important right now is that we have the readiness, preparedness, and the capacity to vaccinate as many as Filipinos as we can with the vaccines that will arrive and the vaccine supplies that we're going to have in the next few weeks or months. Robbie, I have to emphasize here that vaccination all over the world has reached over 200 million. And there is still a big gap on these supplies. So we're lucky to receive these vaccines from China, and we hope the commitments with Pfizer, with Astra will push through in the coming few weeks so that uh, many Filipinos can benefit from the vaccination. We understand that Filipinos are hesitating, maybe because of fear, anxiety, or information they get that the vaccine is not safe or not efficacious, but we want to dispel that information. Please get your information from the right sources. It's all right to have this feeling of discomfort, you're not sure, but we asked Robbie, people in our survey, uh, which would make them comfortable, at least confident, when they hear information about the vaccine. They chose doctors. So we appeal to doctors out there to provide information to your patients so that they can learn and understand what's going on.
Okay, maraming salamat po, Dr. Tayag. That was Dr. Eric Tayag, Director of the DOH Knowledge Management and Information Technology Service.